Nope, you're perfect. Thanks. Yeah. You've got the best seat in the house. All right, Sean, I think I'm safe.
You good?
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
Thanks.
We'll see you again.
Yeah, it's great to meet you boys. I'm glad you came out.
Yeah, this is good. We'll run it back. I don't know, maybe Angola.
Whenever it happens to be. Good to meet you, man. Totally. Hey, Skylar, can I get a favor? Can you go and fill this up with water for me? There are jugs over there, yeah. Thank you so much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to match number 3 of the weekend, kicking off the VLA East Division for the 2022 season. My name's Rob St. Clair. You are tuning into a rematch between the Northeast Force and the Boston Bounce. These two teams kicked off the weekend last night with Boston beating the Northeast Force 3-1. Boston, you may have just seen Boston just finish up a all-time crazy 5-setter, losing to New York's Team LVC 19-17 in the 5th, which was an instant classic. So you can expect an almost entirely different lineup in this match, with that previous one finishing just over an hour ago. Fortunately, Boston has a huge number of bodies on the roster available to them this weekend. We'll see if they can defeat the Northeast Force in the rematch, and let's take a look at the starting lineups right now. First, for the Boston Bounce, Stephen Moy out of Stanford, who was really good last night in the middle, along with Jake Modesto, making his debut on the season. Colin Ritter will still be the setter, the only holdover from the last match. At opposite will be Frank Field, who we saw coming in the 6-2 in the last match. Ryan Love and Jack Pinsence, the outside hitters. And Peter Klemchek will be the libero, with Coach Konstantinov running the show for the Boston Bounce. And a very interesting late pickup and addition to the Northeast Force roster. Canyon Seaman, number 19, 49 years of age. Played collegiately at Stanford many years ago, had a world-class beach volleyball career, silver medalist at the World Championships, an all-time great, legendary player, falls into the lap of the Northeast Force for this event and is stepping in at the starting setter position for this match, which we are so excited about. So Seaman at the setter. Clay Paulin moves to the opposite, big 6'9" banger out of UCLA. Outside hitters will be Garrett Minyard and Cam Roth. Middle blocker Steven Tarquinio and the left-handed middle blocker Ryan Thomas. And one of the great liberos in the VLA, Tim McIntosh, number 4, will be lighting things up defensively. It is time. We're about ready to get underway. The Boston bounce serving on the far side of your screen in black and purple. Northeast Force in black and orange on the near side. Best 3 out of 5 set match for the rematch from last night, and we are underway. Good set there by Seaman, and the first piece of perfect side-out offense goes the way of the captain and founder of the Northeast Force, Garrett Minyard, number 6 in black and orange. Good delivery there from Seaman for sure. And the question about Seaman as a player here in professional level indoor, even at age 49, is not his hands. That's the easy part. It's about the mobility and the other aspects of the game. Good dig there by McIntosh against the pipe. But unfortunately, they run out of room trying to run it down by our up official stand, and Boston is on the board. That was Ryan Love, number 9 on the far side, exploding out of the back row there. Not a good serve at all there by Jack Pinsense, making his VLA debut. Missed that one short into the net. Important points in the standings on the line here in Connecticut. Boston already with 4 points in their 2 matches so far by a 4-set win and a 5-set loss. Love tipped over the top of the block. Really smart choice to flex off the hands of Paulin and just out of play. So here's Jake Modesto, capable of a good jump spin serve, going with the float this time. Good pass there by Cam Roth at the outside. Paulin off the block and out of bounds down the line on the right. And the Northeast Force was missing a really stable and high output right side scoring presence last night, so they moved their big middle blocker Clay Paulin to the right. Number 20 in black and orange, Clay Paulin out of UCLA. At the opposite in this match. That ball missed well out of bounds by middle blocker Ryan Thomas. No Brad Borsay as well for Northeast Force, who was really good last night. The outside hitter duo Cam Roth and Garrett Minyard, numbers 5 and 6 respectively. They handle that serve nicely from opposite Frank Field. Tarquinio tipped out of the middle, kept alive. Love down the line, good dig there by Seaman. Wow, joust won by Ritter. What a physical play. Colin Ritter, number 12 in black and purple on the far side. Not a big setter at about 6'1". But did some good things blocking against Team LVC in the last match, and a really nice physical play there for Boston to take an early lead. Oh, what a set. One-handed Kenyon Seaman, age 49. Beautiful one-handed delivery, and Tarquinio, number 25 in black and orange, puts it away in the middle. Field down the line. Beautiful dig by McIntosh. Roth wiped off the block and out of bounds. Beautiful out-of-system offense in transition for the Force. We talked to Captain Garrett Minyard on Around the VLA on Thursday night leading into this event as he was previewing his team as they make their debut in VLA Tier 1 this weekend. And he was telling us that Tim McIntosh, number 4 in white for the Northeast Force, might be one of the best liberos in the entire VLA. That's a bold statement with some of the other great defensive players across the league, but in his first match and just a little bit here in his second match, Tim McIntosh has lived up to that billing from his captain. He has been so good. That ball barely fails to clear the tape off the serve of Ryan Love. Another question is, how will Kenyon Seaman hang in there in the blocking game? He's matched up one-on-one against Jack Pinsense, both in their VLA debuts. Doesn't matter this time as another serve missed short, and service errors have dominated the game a little bit more than I would certainly like on the weekend so far, especially the beginning of last night's match between these two same teams. But then it got significantly cleaner and higher level from there, and I expect this one to do the same. Seaman off the platform to Minyard on the left side. Good high flat swing, kept alive by Love. Pin sense dug by Roth. McIntosh can run it down, but this will be a free ball at best. Where does Boston go here? Modesto, crush body out of the middle. Really nice rip that time by number 36 in black and purple. Jake Modesto out of Stevens Institute of Technology. Would start at middle on a lot of teams, but this Boston Bounce team is ridiculously deep at middle. Stephen Moy, Neil Ferraro, Skylar Kaufman. Must be nice to have all those great options. Tarquinio tipped out of the middle and right on the sideline. The Force doing a good job so far staying in system. I've already been able to run Tarquinio a couple times. And now Ryan Thomas, number 23 in black and orange, into the front court for the Northeast Force. A left-handed middle blocker. Not something you see every day. That ball crushed by Modesto again. Wrist away, straight down. So Thomas, a left-handed middle blocker out of NJIT. Just very unique. You don't see lefties attacking in the middle very often. We'll see how Boston's able to run that down in terms of the defensive matchup. Good pass there by Roth off a tough serve, but Pinsense wins the joust and throws it to the floor. Good service pressure there. Colin Ritter did not serve particularly well in the earlier match today against Team LVC, but already right there forcing an overpass. 9-7 Boston here early on in the first set. We played best 3 out of 5 sets to 25 points. Must win by 2. Good short serve there. Rescued by Seaman. Hittable ball for Minyard, and he puts it away off the block and down. And I talked to Kenyon Seaman before this game about him coming back to indoor after all these years. He said, yeah, setting's not the part I'm worried about. That's easy. It's the moving around and the blocking in particular. So let's see if Boston's able to take advantage of that individual matchup. Good rip there by Pinsense on the right side in rotation 1. This Boston Bounce team is ridiculously deep. They have so many great high caliber bodies from which to choose. And they're able to keep their guys fresh in a grueling weekend schedule like this. I mean, you play a 5-setter right before this that goes to 19-17 in the 5th. And you have the luxury of being able to recycle in pretty much an entirely new lineup and still keep your team's level high. That is what Konst Dimov, the coach of the Boston Bounce, has to play with here this weekend. 9 serving 10. Here's Minyard. Field crushed cross court. Beautiful rip right there by Frank Field the 4th. Where's number 4? Because he is Frank Field the 4th, 6'5" opposite out of the University of Rhode Island. The full-time starting opposite role in this match. He came off the bench in the 6'2" in the match earlier against Team LVC. Thomas, the lefty out of the middle. Good dig by Ritter. Sent over as a free ball by Love. Siemens out of the offense. Roth challenges the block and somehow finds some space through it and down to the Boston side. Thomas serving again can be dangerous, but to both teams. And another consecutive long service error. I want to thank everyone for watching live on YouTube. My name is Rob St. Clair. Thanks for tuning in to the East Division kickoff event of the 2022 season, live from the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. Make sure you subscribe here to the YouTube channel and join the chat. I see our boy Vince in the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from, any questions you might have. Here's Field serving for Boston at 12-10. Roth, good reset into the block. Basically a free ball opportunity here for Boston. Moy out of the middle. Right down the center of the court, finds the seam between the blockers. With no Brad Borsay on the floor for the Northeast Force, they definitely lose a little bit of their out-of-system firepower. Cam Roth, an exceptional ball controller, But you're not going to give him high balls against 3 blockers and expect him to score all that much. Paulin, on the other hand, can do that for you. Oh my goodness, what a block by Ritter. Roth on the overpass swing is shut down by Colin Ritter. Ritter, a 6'1" setter out of Wentworth Institute of Technology in Massachusetts. Really fun player to watch, dynamic from the service line, runs a great offense, and clearly already getting involved in the blocking game. Good pass there by McIntosh. Tarquinio slowed down by Moy. Transition here. Love absolutely destroyed down the line. Oh my goodness, what a bomb. Ryan Love aggressively welcoming Canyon Seaman back to the indoor game after all these years, with the disrespect to the legend. And the Force needs timeout here at 15-10 in the first. Boston leads. This is a very important match for both these teams in the standings. No clear-cut favorite in the East Division so far this weekend, and that really goes for the entire year. I expect this to perhaps be the most competitive division in the entire VLA. Any of these 3 teams has a chance to win it. Good put away there by Tarquinio out of the middle. Exactly what the Northeast Force needed out of that timeout. Love again, this time through the block of Tarquinio and down. And Ryan Love, another piece of outstanding depth that the Boston Bounce have. Number 9 in black on the far side, 6'4" outside hitter, also out of Wentworth Institute of Technology. Was really good at the VLA Cup last year for the Boston Bounce as they knocked off a couple of very good teams. And Love goes back to serve right here. Paulin out of the back row into the antenna and immediately out of bounds. So the Northeast goes with Paulin at the opposite in this match to try to get a little bit of more right side out of system firepower. It has not turned out that way so far. But that is an ace serve right on the end line, perfectly located by Ryan Love. This match is far from over. The Northeast Force understand the importance of this match and unable to get any points on the board in last night's 4-set loss to this same Boston Bounce team. They do not want to walk out of this match empty-handed as well. Over the top of the block and no touch detected on its way out of bounds from Pinsense. I agree with that call. I did not see that ball change direction after it passed the block. So 13-18, Northeast back within 5. The Northeast Force are the hosts of this event, the home team based out of Hartford, Connecticut. We are in Uncasville, about an hour south and east of Hartford. Good block touch there by Tarquinio to slow down Moy. Paulin out of the back row off the tape and down. Great block touch right there. Stephen Tarquinio, 6'6", 26-year-old from Long Island. Slowed down a very good middle attacker in Stephen Moy, and it kick-started the Northeast transition offense. 14 serving 18. What a stuff block that is. Tarquinio dents the floorboards and puts down Pinsent's block of the match so far. And the Northeast Force with momentum back within 3. This is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Just barely out of bounds by Roth on the serve that time, and Boston can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief. (1915) Moy back to serve, the middle blocker out of Stanford. Played for Sport Connects on the West Coast last year out of San Francisco, but moved to Boston for medical school and played for the Bounce. Good rip there by Minyard off the block and out of bounds. (16-19) with Frog Ogilvie coming in off the bench, number 13 in black and orange, to serve and play some defense for Tarquinio. Respect to the Northeast Force making this interesting. They trailed by 6 just a second ago. Ritter, field out of the back row, good roll shot. But Roth unable to control that first contact. And the off-speed choice for Frank Field works to perfection. Serve missed that time by Ritter to keep Northeast with some very realistic life here in the first set, and good blocking rotations as Seaman goes back to the service line. Rotation 1 received for Boston. Back row attack, beautiful dig by McIntosh. Back row attack in return, blocked and covered. But Paulin takes a rip at it on 2 and he puts it away. Really nice choice by Cam Roth out of the back row, tipped into the block to get it reset on his side, and an opportunistic swing on the second contact by Clay Paulin, and it is a 2-point ball game, 18-20. Pinsent's good block touch there by Minyard. Paulin again, what a defensive play. Oh, free ball here for the Force. Siemens out of the play. Minyard will have an out-of-system swing, and he's rejected by Modesto. Really good defense right there. Colin Ritter. I thought for sure that ball was going to be put away by Clay Paulin, but Ritter with a miraculous touch, and it ends up being a huge point for Boston to get out of rotation 1. 21 serving 18. Seaman to Minyard on the right side, and he tries to bury it cross court, but only finds the net. Missed opportunity there off a very good pass. 22-18, no timeout from Northeast. Wow, Thomas, the left-hander in the middle, missed it out of bounds. It was a good-looking swing, wrist away, but definitely wide of the sideline, and now 23-18 Boston. Oh, that's a really good set. Too easy, though, for Minyard on the overpass. Opportunity for Field to bring up set point. Good touch, and McIntosh runs it down. Paulin straight over the top of the block and deflected off the fingertips to keep the Force very much alive. Minyard's got to go on a little bit of a run right here, 19-23. Pretty good pass there from Pinsent's. Field power tipped straight down the line. And that brings up set point for the Boston Bounce, 24-19. I really like that. I love Frank Field's game so far. He's been fun to watch, super athletic. And a power tip straight down the line to about 8 feet is not going to be dug. Modesto serving for the set, going with the jump spinner, and he misses that one well short. But now the Force has a bit of a mountain to climb on their own serve. Got to get 4 points in a row to force extras. Set point number 2. Boston receiving in rotation 3. Keeps that one in play, handled pretty well. Moy out of the middle, beautiful dig by Minyard. Seaman takes a swing at it, kept alive by Klemchik. Love chopped over the top, and I think that might have been on its way out of bounds, but Minyard dives, deflects it, can't keep it in play, and that is it. 25-20. The Boston Bounce are on the board here in this rematch from last night. And a good start for Boston as they try to recover from a 5-set losing heartbreaker to Team LVC earlier this afternoon. Teams will change sides. We'll be right back with set number 2 of this great East Coast battle. Stick around for more VLA volleyball. All right, set number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Coming your way between the Boston Bounce and the Northeast Force. Boston took the first 25-20. And the legendary Kenyon Seaman will serve for Northeast on the far side of your screen. Late pickup at the setter position for the Force. Been really fun to watch him so far. Good short serve there. Pin sense down the line, deflected off the block of Paulin and out of play. And Boston's on the board first. Here's Ritter from the service line. Just barely out of bounds. Good looking hooking serve there from Ritter from 1-1, but definitely out of bounds by about 4 feet. Midyard, the Northeast captain. Not his best effort there from the service line. A lot of this Northeast squad coming out of Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, a lot of former college teammates. Tim McIntosh, Garrett Minyard amongst them. Paulin somehow finds a seam between the block of Love and Modesto and puts it away. Clay Paulin, what a pickup he's been for the Northeast Force. He played actually for the Boston Bounce last year in the regular season event in Buffalo. But Garrett was telling me the other night on Around the VLA about how he just all of a sudden discovered a 6'9" guy out of UCLA. Ace serve right there from Ryan Thomas, beautifully located. But nobody in the New England volleyball community knew that Clay Paulin was in their backyard. A 6'9" guy from Manhattan Beach who played at UCLA and has that experience. It was about time he got involved in the scene in the Northeast. Well, the highs and the lows. An ace serve from Ryan Thomas followed by an assault against one of his own teammates on back-to-back points. You love to see it. Good cover by Seaman off the block in the middle. Paulin will have an out-of-system swing. High off the hands, and Pinsence runs out of room trying to run it down. Good high rip right there by number 20 in black and orange, and that's exactly what the Northeast Force have been missing. Ace serve. Clay Paulin forces the shank pass by Ryan Love. And already 2 aces in this second set for Northeast. Oh, beautiful set choice. Crushed out of the back row by Jack Pinsence. Love that setting from Colin Ritter, and that pipe attack run in system at the highest levels like this is maybe my favorite thing to watch in all of volleyball. I just love seeing those middle back outside hitters come flying in. Tough pass from Pinsence. Field will have a swing out of the back row. Good dig from Paulin. Back to the Boston side. Love, sharp cross court. Beautiful dig by McIntosh, but underneath the net. Boston takes the point on the second opportunity. Love crushed out of the back row, and 2 really nice looking pipe attacks in a row for Boston. Moy from the service line trailing by 1, rotation 6 received for Northeast. Thomas and Midyard, the front court attackers. Almost an ace serve there, and can't even be sent over as a free ball. Nice knuckly serve there from Stephen Moy, who's been one of Boston's most productive servers. Not all that flashy, but a good, flat, consistent float serve can be very effective. Tied up at 7. That one served short, handled really nicely by Roth. Paulin out of the back row, crushed down the line, off the block and out of bounds. Seaman back to serve. Pinson's destroyed, sharp cross court. Wow, beautiful swing from Jack Pinsons, who's looked very good so far for the Boston Bounce. Man, they have so many great options on their roster. You got Rob Chilcote, Jeff Vautrin, Andrew Bliss. Then you have Ryan Love, Jack Pinsons, all 5 top-level outside hitters right there. Both teams still working on their serving, though. That has not been an area of strength for really either team this weekend. For Team LVC, earlier, conversely, it was an area of strength. If you watched that crazy 5-setter earlier, you probably noticed that. Not a great pass by the libero, Klemchik. Pinsons chopped over the top, easily handled by McIntosh. Roth high into the hands. McIntosh runs it down. Free ball coming. Oh, beautiful set by Ritter. Absolutely freezes the northeast block. That was gorgeous, gorgeous delivery from Colin Ritter and crushed on the right side by Jack Pinsons again. Boston playing really well right now, tied up at 9. Perfect pass. Thomas, good dig by Ritter, but Klemchik diving. Can't quite make the second contact. Really fascinating to watch a left-handed middle attacker. I love Ryan Thomas's game so far. Let's see what he can do here from the service line. You saw that ace earlier this set. And we won't talk about the serve that happened right after that. Yeah, CJ Dank in the chat, coach of Team LVC. You're absolutely right. This is a great venue. Mohegan Sun Casino, the New England region of AAU volleyball, putting on this Grand Prix weekend and having us here. We really appreciate them giving us a court to put high-level volleyball on display. The crowds have been great as well. It's been awesome to have all these juniors crowded around the court in awe of what these athletes can do. Modesto keeping that ball in play, handled easily by Minyard. Roth down the line, good block touch there by Field. Field on the right side, through the block and down, and Boston takes the lead. That is such a good block touch right there. Frank Field doing a beautiful job slowing down the Northeast offense. And at the highest levels of volleyball, a good block touch like that can be as good as a free ball. You saw it right there for Boston. Paulin crushed on the right side. Ritter makes the play. Beautiful chase by Modesto. Free ball opportunity for the Force. Paulin again. Dug by Ritter again. Oh, but no libero on the floor to make the second contact. And the Force ties it up at 11. Great defense from Colin Ritter, handling a couple bullets. But the Force takes the point eventually. Here's Field. Dumped over by Seaman. Wow. Nice choice by number 19 in black and orange. The 49-year-old with the first kill of his VLA career. Still adding to his volleyball resume after all these years. 12 all. The Northeast Force making their VLA debut this weekend. The Boston Bounce making their Tier 1 debut this weekend. But just because this is their first series of battles on the VLA stage doesn't mean these two teams don't know each other extremely well. Minyard somehow finds some space between the block. And that, I agree, that ball definitely was touched on its way out of bounds. So the Northeast takes that point. Moy crushed out of the middle. Really nice set by Ritter again. Such a luxury to be able to keep your big middle attackers as an option in your offense, even when the ball's passed 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 feet off the net. Like, setters at this level can really fire the ball into the middles from just about anywhere. Minyard slowed down by Modesto. Transition opportunity here. Pin sense, high, flat. McIntosh keeps it alive. Seaman blocked it with his head. And eventually, finally won by Modesto. Oh, an injury earlier in that play. The Boston bench was yelling about it for the play to be stopped. Colin Ritter is down by the Boston sideline. We'll take all the time we need to take care of Ritter. We'll be back to action as soon as we can. Good news, just a cramp for Ritter, so he's going to be okay. We'll see how long it takes to get himself back into the match. They might need to put a backup setter in his place. So Ize Dong, number 6 in black and purple, comes off the bench for Ritter, the backup setter out of MIT. And we'll get right back to action here momentarily. So the question is, what rotation is Boston in, and did that last point go to the Boston bounce? Yes, it did. So the score is 15-13 with Moy serving for the bounce and the Force receiving in rotation 6. We're back to action. Minyard dug by Love, but Pinsense runs out of room. Nice high rip that time by number 6 in black and orange. Seaman keeping that ball in play on the jump float serve. Modesto absolutely denting the floorboards. Beautiful play by number 36 in black, and the Boston not losing anything in terms of offensive connection with Ize Dong freshly off the bench, feeding Modesto immediately. It's 16-14. Wow, straight down in return from Ryan Thomas. What an athlete that guy is. To have the career that he's had as a left-handed middle blocker, you've got to be pretty special athletically. 15-16. Good pass there from Klemchik. Field is rejected by Paulin. plus a stare down, and we are tied. Paulin played for the Boston Bounce last year. He's letting these guys hear about it, and I like it. I like a little trash talk. 16 all. Klemchik well off the net. Dong. Pin sense on the right side. Dug by Seaman, but well out of play. Good side out there for Boston out of rotation 1. Seaman to Paulin on the right side. Good tip over the top, but unable to be rescued. Good pancake play there by Field, but Boston couldn't run it down in the second and third contacts, and we're tied up at 17. Very funky serve there from Thomas. Good run on the back one. Minyard makes the play defensively. Paulin off the block and out of bounds and can't be chased down, and Northeast takes the lead. 18-17, the Force leads. Trying to level up this match at a set apiece. These two teams did a very tight battle last night, with Boston winning 3 sets to 1, but all those sets were close until the 4th. Thomas can't get it over the net the second time. We're tied up at 18. Paulin destroyed sharp cross court. That is a bomb from number 20 in black and orange, and Clay Paulin is really heating up here lately. (19 serving 18). This is getting good right here. Paulin serves that ball way out of bounds. Uncharacteristic. Perfect pass there. Tarquinio, sharp crossbody right on the sideline and about 3 meters off the net, right at the 10-foot line. Beautiful swing there. And the Force nudges ever so slightly in front once again at 20-19. Good rip there by Cam Roth. Hittable ball from Klemchik off the block and just barely out of bounds. That was an incredible second touch by Peter Klemchik, number 26 in white, the Boston libero. Not only to keep that ball off the floor, but a hittable ball for Ryan Love. We're tied up at 20. Easy serve handled by McIntosh. Paulin out of the back row. Good play by Love again, but Dong tried to send it over on 2, and he was rejected. Good block there by Minyard, and Frog Ogilvie comes in off the bench to serve and play some defense for Tarquinio. Big opportunity here for Force to grab one on serve. 21-20. Shank pass by Klemchik, and Dong runs out of room. Right on cue. Dr. Frog. Mark Ogilvie, nicknamed Frog, by which everybody knows him. Definite fan favorite here in Connecticut. Dials up the ace serve at a big moment. It's 22-20 Northeast Force, and Boston needs timeout. What's up, everyone? Taking the time and the timeout here to talk to the stream really quickly. My name's Rob. Thanks very much for watching. Good battle here between the Force and the Boston Bounce in 22-20 in the second. A lot more volleyball coming up from these two teams, and looks like we'll get ready to action. So back to the match really quick. Here we go. Frog again, 22-20. Missed that one out of bounds out of the timeout. It's a good timeout by Coach Demoff of Boston. And a blocking substitution in here. Greg Woods, who is really good in the match earlier today against Team LVC at the opposite, comes in for Ize Dong as a blocking sub, and there is no setter on the floor right now for Boston if they get into transition. Oh my goodness, what a dig. Free ball opportunity here for the Force. Paulin out of the back row, dug by Moy, but can't be pursued. And the home crowd here in Connecticut definitely favoring the Northeast Force, and they are really getting into it. 23-21. And now Boston's gonna have to figure out what they're gonna do about their setter position. They don't have one on the floor right now. I think Konz Dimov is realizing right now that he cannot put Ize Dong back in because he came in off the bench for Ritter, went back to the bench for the blocking sub, and 1 in, 1 out. International substitution rules. They're going to have to bring a different setter in. So Boston calls timeout to figure this out. It looks like it'll be Cameron Ponce off the bench, who started last night's match. No, Colin Ritter back in. So he's taken care of the cramps issues, and he is back into the match to set the offense for the Boston Bounce. Great to see Ritter back out there. It looked a little scary there for a second. Glad to know that it was only a cramping situation. 23-21. Love out of the back row. Good touch by Seaman, but can't be chased down by McIntosh, and Boston back within 1. Minyard blocked but covered. Paulin, sharp cross court, kept alive by Pinsence. Free ball here for the Force. Minyard again, tipped over the top. Good read by Klemchik. Love for the tie. Dug easily by Seaman. Paulin is roofed by Modesto, and we are tied. 23 all on a huge stuff block for the Boston Bounce. Couple decent point scoring opportunities in that rally for Northeast. They couldn't quite take advantage, and they now need a timeout to talk about this. Timeout Force, 23 all here in the second. Quick reminder to everybody watching to make sure you're subscribed here to the VLA YouTube channel. Hit the big red subscribe button. Costs you nothing. And if you like the match you're watching, hit the thumbs up button as well. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm and getting pushed out to a bigger viewer base. So definitely help us out by doing that. Back to the drama, 23 all. Boston leads 1-0. Who's going to take this second? Force trying to get out of rotation 1 right here. Paulin on the left, and he does. Off the block and out of bounds down the line. And now set point for the Northeast Force, but they're going to have to do it on their serve. It'll be Garrett Minyard, their fearless leader, trying to level this match at 1 set apiece. Rotation 1 received for Boston. Minyard missed it out of bounds, and extra points coming up. Got to win by 2. Great pass by McIntosh. Paulin has been the go-to guy. He wanted the fingertips of the block and did not get him. That ball missed out of bounds, and now Boston's going to have a set point of their own. 25-24, Pinsense serving. And Pinsense misses it out of bounds, so we're still alive. How deep will we go here in the second? We went to 19-17 earlier today in the 5th. Let's see if this goes even past that. Thomas with another service error, just has not figured it out from the service line. And now Modesto serving for the set for Boston, 26-25. Paulin slowed down by Love. Great opportunity here for Boston. Love straight down the line, and that is it. What a comeback by the Boston Bounce. A really great battle here in the second set, but in extra points. Boston takes it 27-25, and they lead this very important match 2-0. What a turnaround. Now, how is the Force going to respond? Not easy to come back from down 2-0. Let's see if they can pull it off. It starts with a set 3 win, which we will see in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome behind the broadcast booth of sorts. I'm Rob St. Clair. Great battle here between these two teams. It's been really fun to watch. 27-25, Boston takes the second. They lead 2-0. Want to shout out a couple of people and entities really quick while we have a break. Novice Clothing Company, our new apparel sponsor for the VLA this year. They got me this banner behind me. They got all the teams, this t-shirt. All the teams are outfitted by Novice. They were here in person this weekend. Great to meet those guys, and we really thank them for their support. Check them out at Novice Clothing Co. on Instagram. And we've got, for a limited time, an online store collaboration between the VLA and Novice. The link for that is in the description of this video. So check that out. Limited time, I think about 9 days left maybe to get your orders in. So make sure you go check that out. Pick up some Novice gear and support the VLA as well. Shout out to Mikasa, our official ball provider. They are awesome. We've got the balls with the custom VLA logo on them this weekend. I don't have one on me, but I had one earlier in the match. They look incredible. Shout out to Stat Together, our live statistics platform for the year. And shout outs to the New England region of AAU Volleyball for having us this weekend at the Mohegan Sun Casino. Great event, been an awesome atmosphere, and we're really just getting started. So set number 3 coming up in just a moment. Let's get back to the match. Set number 3 set to get underway. I don't see any lineup changes for either team. Boston will serve first on the far side of your screen. Colin Ritter, the setter, went out in the middle of set number 2 with some cramping issues, but came back on and helped his team win the second 27-25. That is crushed by Ryan Thomas out of the middle. He's so much fun to watch. Just such a unique, different look having a left-handed middle attacker. Tight pass and a net violation committed by Minyard. He insists that it was the ball. And we're going to have a conversation about this between our two officials, just to confirm if they both saw the same thing, if that was the ball into the net or Minyard's hand. It was the ball, and the Northeast Force takes the point. Good officiating there, taking both sets of eyes. The down official's job is to look at the net. He saw that it was not Minyard, it was the ball that hit the net. Northeast takes the point. It's 2-0. And a stuff block there, I believe. Don't know if that really cleared the net, but we'll give Ryan Thomas a block in the stat sheet. What a start for the Force, 3-0. Nice response after going down 2-0. Good dig by Seaman. McIntosh sends over a free ball. Seaman can't quite handle that one, though, as Pinsense puts it away on the right side to get Boston on the board here in the fourth. The third set, excuse me. Ace serve. Beautiful wrist away jump spinner right on the sideline from Jack Pinsense. Perfect. Can't do it any better than that right there. Rotation 1 receive here for the Force. And he follows that ace serve up with one underneath the net. Wow, what a dichotomy of two plays. I think we have to come up with a league-wide punishment system for what you have to do if you serve a ball underneath the net, because we saw one last night as well. I can't remember who it was. Field blocked, covered well by Klemchik. Field again, slowed down by Roth. Great transition opportunity here. Thomas tipped out of the middle, kept alive. Pinsense out of the back row. Man, Boston is doing a really nice job getting their backcourt outside hitters involved on that quick pipe attack. I love to see it. Modesto serving. Paulin down the line on the right side, right on the end line. Perfect high swing by number 20 in black and orange, and he is clearly the Northeast Force's go-to guy offensively in slightly out-of-system situations. Thomas has been good lately as well in the middle, but he has not been good from the service line. Let's see if he can keep this ball in play. Yes, he can. Love explodes down the line again. Beautiful swing by number 9 in black and purple. And Paulin might want to consider taking that away from him. It's all about choices in blocking and defense. Like, if a guy's having a lot of success down the line, it doesn't mean that the block will shift over to take it away. If you trust your right back defensive player, it's all very interesting high-level choices about setting up your defense like that. Paulin blocked, can't be covered by McIntosh. And we are tied up at 5. That ball barely fails to clear the tape from the serve of Frank Field. Love high off the block of Tarquinio and out of play again. Ryan Love is heating up for the Boston bounce. Love back to serve. Trading service errors reminds me of the beginning of last night's match where I think the first 3 points combined were all 3 service errors. Sometimes that happens in men's volleyball, unfortunately, but you've got to take risks from the service line to take the other team out of system. Otherwise, their offenses are just too difficult to stop. Seaman to Minyard, deep cross court and just barely out of bounds wide of the sideline. That's a good looking swing, but just barely fails to catch the court, and it's 8-7 Boston. Seaman can't quite fish that one out from the bottom tape of the net. And Northeast has got to be really careful here. And they will call timeout, it turns out. Smart call there. Down 2-0. They had a great start to this set. If they let momentum start to slip away, that can be big trouble. So they're going to call timeout here to try and figure some things out. 9-7 Boston in the third. They lead 2-0. 9-7. Force has got to side out this ball. Tarquinio, and they don't. He missed it short. The connection not quite there. And now it's 10-7 Boston. Force is just searching desperately for some points offensively right now. Minyard, roll shot kept alive by McIntosh. Tried to get the fingertips and did not quite catch him. The Boston run continues in this rotation. Just no scoring of which to speak for the Northeast Force. They've got to figure out some way to score some points here. Expect this ball to go back to Paulin on the right side if at all possible. Good pass by McIntosh. Paulin right on cue, off the block and out of bounds. And finally, Northeast stops the run. Good rip down the line by Pinsence. Off of Paulin and out of play. This is a scary spot for the Northeast Force for sure. Boston is playing with a ton of confidence. Their side-out offense just looks outstanding. There's nothing that the Force has been able to do to slow them down. Minyard, deep cross court off several Boston players and out of play. And the home crowd here in Connecticut trying to will their team to a bit of a comeback here in the third, which is the first step towards a comeback in this entire match. Beach volleyball legend Canyon Seaman back at the service line with a really good short one there, but dispatched out of the middle. Really good first ball contact control by Peter Klemchik. The Boston libero taking that ball at about 2 feet off the net and enabling Ritter to run his middle. That's a really nice play for the libero there. 13-9. Thomas tipped out of the middle straight to the floor. And Northeast has another match tonight to worry about as well. In addition to this battle with the Boston Bounce, they'll take on New York's Legion, or Team LVC, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Modesto with the hands. Minyard with a beautiful defensive play. Love down the line, missed it out of bounds. Really good defense from the Northeast Force. Garrett Minyard with some inspired hustle, and it turns into a point. It's 11-13. This is far from over here in the third. Smart wipe by Ryan Love off the block of Paulin and out of bounds. That is a really good choice right there. Modesto back to serve. Roth high off the hands. Easy transition opportunity here for Boston. Love off the block of Thomas. I believe off his head and out of play to get the bounce lead back up to 4. Modesto again. Rotation 2 receive here for the Force. Paulin, Thomas, and Roth, the front court attackers. Paulin on the right side, covered easily by McIntosh. Field blocked by Roth, but covered. And Thomas wins the joust at the net for the Northeast Force to get back within 3. I love this crowd. This Northeast crowd is really into it for their team. Trying to give them a boost of energy here. 12 serving 15. Thomas keeping that ball in play. Really good pass. Pin sense out of the back row. I can watch that all day long. Beautiful set choice by Colin Ritter again. Silences this Connecticut crowd, and it's 16-12. Roth slowed down by Field again. Love through the block somehow and down on the Northeast Force side, and Boston is having their way right now. Really good block touch there by Frank Field. That's really as good as a free ball. We've seen it time and time again. Force desperately trying to find some points here in rotation 3. Paulin, high swing, dug by Pinsense. Field not touched, and that's 4 contacts. So the Force is back within 4. (13 serving 17). Paulin going with the jump spinner now, and that is a sizable foot fault. Despite a pretty good serve, Paulin definitely ran out of room. He's still staring down and jokingly mean mugging the Boston side. He's probably saying, yeah, you guys know that if I didn't step on the line, you can't handle that ball. Unfortunately, he did step on the line. 18-13 Boston. Another service error, this time from Roth. Tarquinio blocked. Really good cover there by Seaman. Minyard challenges the high hands and gets a good deflection off the block and out of bounds. Now Frog Ogilvie in once again as a service substitute. Definite fan favorite. Good block touch. Minyard with almost no approach, rolls it over. Deep tip kept alive. Pin sense dug by Ogilvie, but a net violation committed by Boston. Interesting. So the Force takes a point on serve there as Pin sense followed through after he landed and touched the bottom of the net. Frog serving once again. Blocked by Paul. No, my goodness, Kenyon Seaman, the 49-year-old, turning back the clock and gets into the stat sheet with the stuff block. Incredible. Could that be what the Northeast Force needs? Seaman almost got him a second time. Oh, man. Pinsense able to score through the block and down. And the service sub will be undone, but nice work there from Frog. (20) serving 17. Ritter looking for some insurance. Good pass by Minyard. Minyard, sharp cross court. Beautiful rip right there from the founder of Northeast Force Volleyball Club, and Force with a significant juniors presence at this event. That's part of why this crowd around the court is so big in the Force's favor, really adding to the atmosphere. It's been great to watch. 18-20. This is not over yet here in the third. Paulin tipped over the top. Seaman with a really nice defensive play, but McIntosh can't grab the second contact, and it's 21-18. Jack Pinsense at 21-18. Big moment right here for both teams. Perfect pass from McIntosh. Minyard down the line, right on the M line. Beautiful swing. Number 6 in black and orange. And now Brad Borsay, number 7 in black and orange, by far Northeast's best option as a high ball scorer at the outside hitter position. Into the match for Cam Roth to play the front court. You better believe you'll see him later against Team LVC, but Northeast understands the importance of this right here. That ball is obliterated by Jake Modesto. Oh my goodness. Oh man, what a bomb. That will silence the crowd right there. Paulin on the right side, high into the hands, covered easily by McIntosh. Paulin again, kept alive, but blocked by Thomas. Good discipline there by number 23 in black and orange. And now another substitution coming in here. Bruno Kretschmar, number 9, for the Force, in to serve and play defense for Ryan Thomas. I like that substitution a lot. 20 serving 22. Love. Field absolutely destroyed. What a bomb from Frank Field on the right side. Straight down the line to about 12 feet and damaging the floorboards. That was incredible. Nothing Kretschmar could do about that defensively. He goes back to the bench. It's 23-20 Boston. They are closing in on a sweep. Borsay freshly off the bench. Really good dig by Klemchik. Love blocked by Tarquinio and right on the end line. Northeast stays alive. Now 21 serving 23. Clay Paulin will be the server. All Boston needs is 2 more side outs. Can Paulin put the pressure on? Inside set to Love, and he chopped it out of bounds. Interesting. Now the force is back within 1, and you see Seaman and Borsay switching where they're blocking. So it was Borsay blocking on the right side against Love that time, just adjusting to the matchup, and it worked out beautifully for the Northeast Force. It's 22-23, and Boston needs timeout. Getting very interesting here in the third. Vince in the chat, you are exactly right. It ain't over. 22-23. A pivotal sequence coming up in the next 2 minutes or so that will have a lot to do with this entire East Division race this season. Can the Northeast Force extend this match? 22-23. Ritter. Moy can't quite be dug by McIntosh, diving to his left, and it's match point for Boston. The bounce leads 24-22. And Ryan Love with an opportunity to serve out and win the match. Borsay still remains in for the Force. Tough pass by Minyard. Free ball opportunity here. Ritter, Moy, blocked. Can't be fished out of the net, and that is it. The Boston bounce survived 2 really close sets in sets 2 and 3. And they beat their East Division rivals for the second day in a row. 25-22 in the third, a 3-0 sweep. And Boston caps off a very good day, losing in 5 to Team LVC, but beating the Northeast Force in a sweep. They are done for the day. They'll be back with 1 more tomorrow. Northeast has a little less than 2 hours to recover and take on New York's Team LVC at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'll grab one of the Boston guys for a quick interview here on the stream, and then we will be back next at 8:30. Let's go hear from the victors. Come up on stage with me back there. Yeah.
I've been calling too.
For sure. Warrior.
I love saying that. Yeah. Thanks.
How should we do this? I'm gonna put it.
This guy's gross. He's not in front of the camera.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God, can I have your autograph?
Later.
That's perfect right there. All right, that's our camera. Colin Ritter, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, how are you feeling?
Good.
We had the I saw
Calf's still tight. Calf's still tight.
so calf cramp. That's what it was.
Yep.
I'm glad you were able to get back out there. Your team needed you and appreciated it. And although the set score is 3-0, that was a battle.
Yeah.
Very tight match. Tell me a little bit about it. Start with the second set when you came back in because they had to go to extra points.
I just want to stretch it out, really. It hurt when I went down. Just really getting it stretched out. I figured I'd be all right when I got back in. And but we got 2 other great setters on our team, too. You know, when one of those guys goes in, I trust them wholeheartedly.
You guys have so much depth on your roster. You have such a great ability to put in new guys and keep your level of volleyball high. And after the earlier match this morning, when you lose a tight one, 19-17 in the 5th, how did your team approach that to bounce back from that loss? Bounce, no pun intended.
I mean, we knew we probably should have won that 5th set. We had opportunities to win, you know, so we weren't really that down after the game. Obviously, taking the loss is not great, but, I mean, our confidence was still high. We knew playing these guys yesterday that we already had beat them once, you know, should beat them again.
Ryan Love, Frank Field, Jack Pinsense, like some characters that we're just now getting to know and are playing a huge role for you guys. Tell me about the weapons that you were able to use in this match.
Super dynamic and athletic kids.
Yeah.
Super dynamic. I played with Ryan Love in college for a couple years, so we already had that connection. And Jack runs the same ball that Ryan does on the outside and on the bick. And Frank is, not that he's new to indoor, but he's a big beach guy.
Okay.
So at practice, he just wants to run quick. And so we've just been working on the quick back sets.
Dude, he bombed one down the line there towards the end that was filthy.
You never know that he was like pretty much strictly an outdoor player.
I had no idea. That's really interesting. Well, awesome weekend so far. You guys, like 2-1 with a nice point total in the standings so far. So one more match tomorrow. What are you looking forward to?
Join the night and hopefully taking one from LVC.
Well said, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Great match. We'll see you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was fun. A great battle, Northeast Forest versus Boston Bounce, a battle that we're going to continue to see throughout the VLA for years and years to come. Boston takes this. They sweep them on the weekend. You know, they're going to be talking about that over some beers later tonight. So appreciate you guys watching live on the VLA YouTube channel. We will be back at 8:30 when the Northeast Forest, 8:30 Eastern, when the Northeast Forest takes on New York's Team LVC. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.